that you ballin', keep it real though. Ay, why I never saw you in the field though? Ay, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Batman. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man when it. Give back my bad when the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the left. pocket like rocket fuel.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not safe.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Prescott now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Prescott now from the 50. He's got the connection to Cooper. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Elliott. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
17-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
30.
On 1st down, it's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
53, Mike. So don't say nothing.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 33.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Go.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Listen.
Mike, 55.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Sanders. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's how we do.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 22-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
And watch your leg. Black, come on.
Watch the twitch.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Here we go. 180.
Eat. All day, baby, all day.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Great.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280.
55. Coming to you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Elliott, toss right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Elliott on 1st down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. Going to look deep for Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz to Ertz.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right on the 30. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Running right, here's Sanders. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here we go. Here we go.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 39. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Throwing is Wentz. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
To throw, it's Wentz. Got a man open, it's Wims. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Not 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Here we go, G.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's what I do.
Check 13. Check 13.
On second down, it's Woods. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That's to his running back, complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big 3-point play right there, couldn't it?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Hey, man. Watch the boost.
A first down carry by Elliott. Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Check 53's mine. Check 53's mine.
Again, it's Elliott. He takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'll get him.
Prescott now from the 50. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Mike, 55. Check it out.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check nickel.
On first down, Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
We want it. Come to my world.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! Watch twist!
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the Cowboys' 48-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the run.
Wentz now to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Eagles on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Play action. Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Another run with Sanders. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
At the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll try the jet sweep here, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead. Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested. And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time. And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 3rd and long for Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty. They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves. Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right? No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space. And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Go, go. 120! Hey, you remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby! Kill. Small. No.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Here we go. Back. Waiting. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down now. It's Moore. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock. Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moore. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Bryant is good. And that will make our score 9-0. Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go to Elliott again. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Prescott. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like...
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Go. 180. 54. Right 54. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for Philadelphia, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.